walking out on his phone behind the tent. Charlie is getting loaded into the van, and Mikey is seen over here, back turned on the phone. This is weird, right? But even weirder is this. Zooming in closer, Mikey's reaction right when Charlie was shot. Look, he pulls his phone out to his ear without even pressing any buttons. Watch closely. Arms folded, phone right to his ear.
Watch closely. Arms folded, phone right to his ear. Mikey McCoy's wife just leaked messages that have people losing their minds online because they might flip this whole Charlie Kirk situation on its head. And now, according to online talk, Erika Kirk is allegedly scrambling to keep this from spreading any further. The leaked footage shows something strange about Mikey, really strange, and it looks like his own wife is completely done protecting him. She's reportedly ready to put everything out there. No filters, no holding back. But here's where things get messy. People are saying Erika does not want that to happen, and what she's allegedly doing behind the scenes to slow this down is exactly why everyone's paying attention right now. Mikey, in less than a second, does something that I find to be quite strange. He puts his phone to his ear and he begins a conversation. So we're going to watch that clip in its entirety. Mark is going to bring it in.
That it is exactly 834 milliseconds from the time that you hear the shot. That is how long it takes for Mikey McCoy to put the phone to his ear. Now, why is that precise timing so important? Because there's no dialing. Mikey didn't have time to dial. Okay, you can't dial and put your phone to an ear in 834 seconds. Yeah. When the clip was brought to my attention, I obviously have a big folder of files of every angle, and I decided to track Mikey from every angle available to see, like, maybe we just missed it. And he did, at some point, put that phone down, dial a number, speed dial, hold down 1, I don't know. Look, I know you clicked this video because you want clarity, so let me lay out exactly what you're about to see. You're going to see the leaked material that has everyone confused and digging for answers. You're going to hear about timelines that don't line up, little contradictions that raise bigger questions, and a suspicious trip that happened just weeks before the incident involving Charlie Kirk.
He, in less than a second, does something that I find to be quite strange. He puts his phone to his ear and he begins a conversation. So we're going to watch that clip in its entirety.
An incident that has led some people online to whisper about an inside situation. Now, I'm not here to tell you what to believe. My job is to show you what people are talking about and let you decide. Because if even half of these leaks are real, they hint that someone close to Charlie may have noticed unusual behavior long before anything happened. And honestly, the deeper I looked into this story, the harder it became to ignore the patterns. The stories don't match, the dates feel off, and the silence from certain people is louder than anything they could ever say. So stick with me, because what Mikey McCoy's wife allegedly leaked, Mikey McCoy and his wife Eliza, for the very first time, now this is according to Eliza McCoy, she shared that it was the first time ever that they went on vacation. Her and Mikey went on vacation with Erika and Charlie. Here's that post on Instagram. That second paragraph begins, "We spent a few weeks together this summer, our first family trip together." Okay, getting real close there. And while they were on this very first time together for a couple of weeks vacation, something moved the McCoys to capture intimate and sweet moments of the Kirk family from behind the scenes. Now, you know which footage I'm talking about. It's the footage that has since gone viral of Charlie walking with his children and Erika. Erika grabs his hand. It's actually a very sweet moment, and it moved a lot of us. I know I was crying when I first saw this footage a couple of days after Charlie died. Has people online saying it changes everything. Before we jump in, here's the key detail you need. Mikey McCoy is Charlie Kirk's chief of staff at Turning Point USA. He was only 23 years old when the whole incident involving Charlie Kirk went down. And here's the part that made people look twice. Mikey was standing right next to Charlie when everything unfolded. Now, I'm not going to re-explain the full event because most people already know what happened. Number 1, Charlie's very last overseas trip to Korea. This was 4 days before he died. For whatever reason, Mickey McCoy felt suddenly inspired to try his luck miking up Charlie and capturing him on the road. And he says this is the first time he ever did it. Take a listen to Mickey McCoy explain. But we're going to talk about Mikey's reaction because that's where everything gets strange. There's a clip that went viral showing Mikey's behavior at the exact moment things turned chaotic. And trust me, it's not what anyone expected. Instead of rushing toward his friend or even ducking down like everyone else around him, Mikey calmly walked away with his phone up to his ear, almost like he was already in the middle of a call. That moment alone had viewers online saying, "Hold up, what is this?" Just look at that scene. Everyone else is freaking out, people are jumping up, backing away, totally confused, and Mikey just turns around and walks off slowly like he already knew the chaos was coming. Now, I'm not saying he actually knew anything, but that's the exact reason people online started digging for more answers. And here's something that grabbed even more attention afterward. Every person at Turning Point USA started describing Mikey using dramatic adjectives, almost like a script they were sticking to. It wasn't just once, it was every single time someone mentioned him. The amazing Mickey McCoy, the brilliant Mickey McCoy, the heroic Mickey McCoy, over and over again. Even Candace Owens noticed this and asked the question everyone else was thinking. Why does only Mikey need an adjective before his name? Seriously, imagine if every time someone talked about your friend, they said the spectacular John or the unbelievable Sarah. You'd instantly feel like something was off, right? So why is everyone doing that exact thing with Mikey? This is the type of detail that makes people dig even deeper because the pattern is just too strange to ignore. Okay, this is where things get really wild because Erika Kirk may have accidentally exposed a major contradiction during her interview with Jesse Waters on Fox News.
I want you to feel hurt by all these horrible things. We know that you have a responsibility. You're a young man. And I just want you to take a deep breath, like I said, and you know what? Let them spin their conspiracy theories. You're a good kid. You had instructions to call Erika. Charlie had a team that jumped right in there. I know that team. And we just got to move on. We got to push the moving on, and let's get to these midterms. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Bernadette. It's crazy. It's just, I remember taking the last picture I took of Charlie was at 12:23. I did in fact call Erika momentarily afterwards, but thank you, Bernadette. That's very encouraging to hear from you. Be encouraged and you keep going because we need you and we need that team to take a deep breath and get your pants on and get running. Jesse asked her how she first heard about the incident involving Charlie. And Erika gave a very detailed story. She said she was at her mom's doctor's appointment, her phone was on silent, she had set it down, and when she picked it back up, boom, Mickey McCoy was calling her within seconds. And here's the kicker, her timeline lines up perfectly with that viral clip we already talked about, the same clip where Mikey lifts his phone right after the moment everything went chaotic. The same clip where he calmly walks away while talking to someone. So based on Erika's own words, it sounds like Mikey was indeed on a call immediately after the incident happened. But hold up, because Turning Point USA said something completely different, and that's where everything gets messy fast. Andrew Colvett, the executive producer of The Charlie Kirk Show, made a video trying to defend Mikey. And in that video, he insisted Mikey wasn't on the phone at all. He said Mikey only lifted his hands toward his ears because the loud noise startled him. That Mickey McCoy, the chief of staff at Turning Point USA, Mickey McCoy, for whatever reason, he always requires an adjective. Whenever they discuss Mickey McCoy, there's an adjective before they say his name. A bunch of people in a Turning Point USA orbit describe Mickey McCoy in this very unique manner. I want you to take a listen to that.
Let me tell you who who the heroes were in this whole thing. We're going to start with 23-year-old Mikey McCoy. And that's when the great Mikey McCoy showed up.
I can't think straight. All I knew is that, what's happening? My wife came in, she hugged me, we started crying together. Which means the clip is exactly what people think it is. But if Turning Point USA is telling the truth and Mikey wasn't making a call, then that would mean Erika gave wrong information on national television. Only one of these stories can be accurate. And that's why people online are digging even deeper. You know how it goes. When small details don't match, bigger questions always follow. And honestly, there's one simple way to solve all of this instantly. Mikey could just release his call logs. That's it. One screenshot with timestamps and this entire mystery gets cleared up in seconds. All Mikey has to do is show the call logs, who he called and when, and the whole situation would be clear in minutes. It would take 5 seconds and instantly settle everything one way or the other. But has he done that? Nope. Total silence. And honestly, that silence is making a lot of people raise their eyebrows. Now, here's the part that really made me pay attention, because Candace Owens dropped a pretty big detail in one of her videos. She pointed out that just weeks before the major incident involving Charlie, something unusual happened with the McCoys. Mikey and his wife Eliza took their first ever family vacation with Charlie and Erika Kirk, something they'd never done before. And this isn't speculation. This comes straight from Eliza McCoy's own Instagram post. She wrote that they spent a few weeks together that summer, their first real family trip as a group, getting extremely close. But during that vacation, something else happened that stood out even more. The McCoys started filming the Kirk family. Not just casual clips, but real behind-the-scenes moments that felt personal and warm. You probably know exactly which footage I'm talking about. The video that went viral after Charlie's situation went public. The one showing Charlie walking with his kids while Erika reaches for his hand. A moment that hit people emotionally. Well, guess who recorded that? The McCoys. And that's exactly why Candace asked a question that keeps looping in my mind. What made them decide to record moments like that? Think about it. When you go on a family vacation, someone from the family is almost always the one holding the camera, meaning one person gets left out of the shot. That's normal. But on this trip, the McCoys were filming the entire Kirk family from the outside,